Thanks for visiting the patient and the weather today. I'm meteorologist Al Peterlin. I'd like to talk about the weather stress forecast for the Ides of March, March 15th, 2026. We do keep additional graphics at tpatw.com. We also have a storefront on Amazon. Amazon purchases made through Patient Weather Storefront support the activities of Patient Weather. Surface map for Sunday is really a weatherman's dream. Amazing cold, high pressure pushing down the plains. That atmospheric river still flowing into Washington and Oregon, and a massive active cold front all the way from Chicago clear on down to actually almost San Antone, with an amazing array of snow behind up and down the plains from into Iowa and Minnesota. Lots of unsettled weather, very active weather across the east, literally from Texas to Florida. A warm front trying to push up toward the middle Atlantic states. Really call it unsettled weather from the plains all the way to the east coast. Looking at these individual weather elements that could cause stress for a sensitive individual, the country from west to east is lit up like a Christmas tree, stretching all the way from western California across the Four Corners, up into the Rockies, up and down the plains, and very active there in the center of the plains. Looking over here, we have that unsettled weather and showers and thunder showers across the south. Lots of activity for everything from snow to showers up here in the Great Lakes, and still even some activity lingering in New England. Trying to put a little closer look at this, we have the pressure change. Pressure change is always important, and we have rising pressure from Nevada up through Idaho, across the Rockies, and up and down the plains from central Texas all the way up through the Dakotas, north and south, picking up just the westernmost fringes of Iowa and Minnesota. We also have rising pressure here across Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and Maine, and almost all of the very eastern Canadian provinces. You'll note that we have falling pressure from the coast of Texas across Louisiana and all the way up to Wisconsin, and everywhere east, all the way across Florida, up and down the eastern seaboard through really central Pennsylvania or right along that New Jersey border, taking in all of the Great Lakes, but very intense here across the Great Lakes states, Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Michigan. Looking at the change in temperatures, here again we have that flip-flop. We have very cold air trying to push itself down the plains. We have very warm air hanging about the Great Lakes and Middle Atlantic states, and still some warm temperatures trying to push into Oregon. Looking at the change in dew points, again very much the same thing. We have falling dew point temperatures all the way across the plains, rising dew point temperatures here in the east. And you'll note as you look at vapor pressure, where there's a dramatic change between the rising and the falling here from eastern Texas clear on up into the Missouri boot heel. Lots of chance for increasing and unsettled weather and lots of really dynamic weather. Looking at the lifted index, which is a measure of instability, and you'll see that for Florida here again, the southern half of Florida, extremely unsettled and likely for showers and thunder showers. Looking at the change in oxygen availability, you can see that we have that risk of migraine from Nevada across southern Idaho, throughout the Rockies and the northern portions of the Four Corners, all the way up into Montana, and then very strong from Dallas, clear on up into the Dakotas, and actually picking up the western half of Arkansas, Missouri, Iowa, and up into, again, Minnesota. We still have that risk of migraine in New England, that is Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and Maine, and the easternmost provinces of Canada. We have the risk of asthma and arthritis, really centered across the Ohio Valley and Great Lakes, Michigan, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, western Pennsylvania, but it really does extend all the way across the south from Louisiana clear across Florida and up into the Carolinas. There is also a risk of asthma and arthritis here in Oregon. Thanks for visiting the patient and the weather. Your comments are appreciated. And I guess for Sunday, it's tell us wherever you're hurting. That seems to be almost everywhere.